I'm Thierry Pineau. I'm currently working at INRA, the French National Institute for Agronomical Research, and I'm heading the center of INRA in Jouy-en-Josas, nearby Paris, where almost 1,500 persons are working. And I'm also the director of the Institut Carnot, France Future Elevage, that you can translate as livestock industry for the future. The Carnot Institutes in France are a kind of an array of expertise centers for the needs of research for the industry, the large industry, the small and the medium-sized industry. And so there is 39 different Carnot Institutes in France, and we are representing the animal sector, the livestock industry sector, and we try to improve the performance of the livestock industry. The INRA Research Centre in Jouy-en-Josas is mainly working on three main topics. One is the microbiota, so the symbionts in the human gut. The second topic is animal genetics, and the third one is animal health. So we are working currently to connect animal genetics with the livestock system, with the feed and nutrition of animals, and the management of animal health. And so we try to connect all these disciplines to improve animal health. It started for me with the training program. I was a master student. I did it at the French National Institute for Agricultural Research. And I was with the very inspiring mentor, and it started there. Then after I did a PhD, always on animal health. I started as a researcher in pharmacology and toxicology, working on the metabolism of drugs. And then years after, I moved to a position of research manager, and I had to head a large division of animal health at INRA. And then, after 2 terms of 4 years, I moved to this position where I'm heading a center in Jouy-en-Josas. Yes, we are really deeply involved with collaboration with people from all over Europe and all over the world, but especially in Europe. And we are extremely connected to the people in the UK, Netherlands also, Germany as well, and Switzerland also. The EU fundings are really important for us to connect us with the rest of Europe in terms of universities, in terms of institutes, and we were quite successful with our colleague, especially in the domain of drugs, in the domain of vaccines also. Some of my colleagues are currently running a large program called SAPHIR, with many different European countries, and they develop new vaccines for the animals. So I really remember of the 2011 announcement of the eradication of the rinderpest, the cattle plague, by the OIE, and this was thanks to a large vaccination program worldwide. So it's really something very important. Another thing I remember clearly is the development of the anti-parasitic drug avermectins. So it was done by 2 persons, Mr. Campbell and Mr. Omura, and they started to develop a drug for animal health, and finally the drug was so efficient and so safe that it was used for human health, and finally they won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 2015. One really important impact at the global scale in improving animal health is to provide better food for humans. And you know, there is a very simple truth. There is no safe and healthy diet or food if you don't have at the beginning animals in a healthy condition. And secondly, I believe that also improving animal health could be extremely useful to reduce the overall losses in livestock sector, losses that are estimated currently at about 20%. So if you reduce these losses, you will also reduce the footprint of the livestock sector on the global change and the global warming. So maybe I see two innovations for the close future. One is connected to our ability to monitor so well the animals in various environments and to produce so many data that we have to treat. So the big challenge is how to treat, to analyze, and to connect these data in order to have a clear view of the main information, biological information they can carry. So data analysis, data treatment and modeling is a challenge. The second thing is also the relationship between the gut or the lung microflora and the animals and their health. And I really believe that if we can access to a control of this flora, we can have new tools to manage health in animals. For me, research in the society, in the current society, is very important for one big reason. I believe that research has to provide a real truth, real facts, and gold standards in terms of knowledge. And you know, nowadays, the truth in science, this is definitely not the most retweeted information on the internet. This is something different, and the researcher have to be involved in making the gold standard in terms of knowledge. It's not a job, it's a life passion. So I worked all the time with animals or regarding their health, and I own just a companion animal, a dog.